So it's been about 4 weeks. I've made some additions. The fish are doing well. Everybody's liking it. This here is the overflow and the pump intake. It's overflow going back in case it fills up too much. And the pump is down here in the bottom. It's putting the water up into the fish tank. And like I said, the fish are doing well. They're liking it. This in the back is a screen basically, so the fish or fish food. As you can probably see a little bit on top there that, fluctuates. And from there, it's just a gravity feed down to all the grow beds. You can kind of angle back a little bit. So we've got a succulent here. I started a few days ago, probably about 4 days ago, and it's flowered every day. It seems like it's doing really, really well. We've got some wonderful tomato plants, and we've got a basil back here. The wind's blowing a little bit. It seems to be doing really good. We tried these strawberries. They wouldn't do too good in the dirt, and so we transferred them over here, and you notice the bad leaves. I believe that was from the dirt, but if we move it back, we've got some new growth going on. So I'm hoping that the strawberries will do well. We've got a cilantro, we got jalapenos, and on the jalapenos we got some fruit going on. Another one back right over here, pretty decent going on. Another one that's just recently been pollinated, probably like 2 days it's been growing. And this here's okra. Got lots of okra going, lots and lots of okra going. It seems to be a big winner. This is my wife's succulents. She's doing a lot of stuff with succulents, and they're pretty easy to transplant and take off a little piece and make a new plant. We got some cherry tomatoes. These have been in the grow bed for not long, maybe a week, but they started off and they were much smaller, so they seem to be doing well. Some more succulents. These here are some tomato plants that I actually had growing inside, and they look awful droopy, and that's because I just transplanted them maybe about an hour ago. Same as this guy here. It'll end up being big and tall and healthy, and I'll end up running some strings for it to climb, but right now it's a little droopy, just got transplanted. More and more succulents and some more of the okra. These last two grow beds, let me back up a little bit. Last two grow beds, I finished them out yesterday, so I've got 6 different grow beds, and they all seem to be doing good. The water flow is not very fast. You can see off in here, it's just a trickle. It's just enough to allow for the bell siphon to work. So these stones, you're like, what does he got these stones for? Alright, so basically this is a bell siphon. It's got little cutouts in the bottom of it. Allows the water to fill up through the tube. Once it reaches the top part of this standpipe, it will create a suction, and it will drain the entire bed of water. This addition on the outside is just for extra protection. It's good and sturdy. All the clay pebbles seem to like really reinforce on the side, and if I need to do something or manage this gap, I need to change something, I don't have to pull out all of the clay pebbles to be able to do so, because they are kind of difficult at times to work, where you push them away and they're just rolling downhill because there's a whole bunch of balls. So the rock just kind of helps keep any kind of leaves and debris from getting down into the siphon system. We head back towards this way. Like I said, there's the fish tank. They're doing good. And this is the main sump. Some of these are draining. Some of them are about to start draining. If you look down, yeah, there's a whole bunch of PVC, but PVC is relatively cheap. And the system itself contains itself. There's not a lot that I have to do. I'm gonna pull this over. That keeps out leaves and whatnot from getting inside of the sump. This one here as well, I've got this little netting. It's just like screen door or window screen netting. Keep the fish from jumping out, which I haven't had a problem with, or keep leaves from getting in and debris and trash. Just kind of cinched it back around something, just anything I could find to give some kind of weight for the wind, and zip tied it on. Very, very cheap, easy. I do have a rubber fitting here. This rubber fitting allows for flexibility when it comes to all of my feed tubes. So these guys feed water throughout, all the way down. If we can get down in the foliage here, they just steadily stream. Started this about 4 weeks ago as an experiment, and as opposed to the dirt farming, it seems like the plants do much better and they thrive. They're getting the fish waste, and which is ammonia, and the bacteria break it down from ammonia to a nitrate, which is a nitrogen, which is basically protein and beneficial for the plant. So they seem to be loving it. This guy here, which is a pretty big fella, see if I can kind of, there you go. And it's probably almost 2 foot tall. About a week ago was about the size of this guy, which is only about 1 foot tall. So in a week's time has grown very rapidly. If there's any questions or comments, please leave them in the notes below. And I'd appreciate you subscribing, but if not, no big deal. I'm just trying to show you my experiment.